The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, is contemplating a regional insurance scheme to enhance health care for its nationals. The plan was discussed at a recent meeting of Ministers of Health of the OECS region in St. Kitts and Nevis. Dominica's Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Daru, and his St. Lucian counterpart, Alvina Bertram-Reynolds, have been chosen to lead the drafting of a document to present the case for the Regional Health Insurance Scheme when heads of government meet later this month. The establishment of centers of excellence across the region is also being examined. In other news, one of Jamaica's leading children's advocacy group, Hear the Children's Cry, has announced that its Missing Children Support Program, sponsored by Jamaica Yellow Pages, has been granted membership in the Global Missing Children Network.
So it's against this background of this crisis that I am delighted to announce that Hear the Children's Cry has been granted membership in the Global Missing Children's Network, or the GMCN. We're the first Jamaican and Caribbean children's organization to be so admitted. And I just want to tell you, we are excited, we're proud, we're happy, we are elated, because we join the company of countries, of course, like the United States, United Kingdom, Russia, Argentina, Canada, New Zealand, many, many, many more, Spain and others. And it's a big announcement for Jamaica, for our children.
Access to the Global Missing Children's Network now means that the photograph and information for every child reported missing in Jamaica can be posted on a secure international website. Convener of Hear the Children Cry, Betty Ann Blaine, says this will assist in cases where children have been missing for extremely long periods and who may become victims of human trafficking.
Membership in the GMCN provides significant benefits to our Missing Children Support Program, particularly as it relates to those children who have been missing for long periods of time. And we have always been distressed about this. What do we do about children who have been missing for years? Where are they? Do we know if they're victims of human trafficking? What's going on? I'll never forget a few years ago that a grandmother called me from Savlamar to say that her granddaughter, who was at the time 14 years old and living with her, left home the morning in her school uniform for school, never to be seen again. For 5 years. She was calling me after 5 years. That child has never been found. And there are many others.
Mrs. Blaine says far too many children cannot be found within Jamaica's small population. The children's advocate gave a breakdown of the figures for children reported missing in 2015. She says 20% of missing children are never accounted for.
For the months of January through August, 1,095 children were reported missing. If you take the month of June, for example, 152 reported missing. In May, the number was equally high, 153. The tendency is that we get more reports during the summer months, as you would expect, because the children are not in school and they're just simply out in the communities. And so that's a trend we've seen for years. Now, you know that at least 75 to 80% of them actually do return home, and we're happy for that. But the concern is, of course, as well, that 20% that's unaccounted for month after month and year after year.
She is very concerned about the trauma and loss of schooling experienced by missing children, many of whom are runaways.
The fact is that more and more the children are running away from home, and many are returning with serious health, emotional, and behavioral problems. Foremost among the problems is that these teenagers, some as young as 9 and 10 years old, are not in school for the time that they are missing. So that lapse in education, which, by the way, is something we are researching very diligently at Hear the Children's Cry. That lapse in education, whether for 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, must be addressed with urgency because of the serious short and long-term ramifications and implications.